The Imaginative Hobbyist presents Superman, the Man from Another World, written by Max Slocum, adapted from a story by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster for Action Comics #1, published by DC Comics. The planet Krypton housed great cities and fantastic technologies, but as advanced as they were, they could not save their home from destruction. In its final moments, a scientist placed his newborn son into a rocket ship and launched them into the stars, sending them to the planet Earth where they would survive in its atmosphere. The rocket ship crash landed in a small Kansas town. A passing motorist and his wife found the uninjured child and ventured to take him to an orphanage. On the ride over, the motorist missed a signal and drove off the road. When he went to fix the truck, he and his wife learned that the child they rescued was no ordinary boy, as he grabbed the vehicle over his head in an attempt to help. It was then that the husband and wife decided to raise the child as their own. The boy needed a family, and he needed to be raised right to use his gifts with responsibility and for good. On his planet of origin, he was born as Kal-El, but on Earth, he gets a new name, Clark Kent. Growing up in Smallville, Clark is as good of a son as his adoptive parents, Jonathan and Martha, could have hoped for. He helped out around the farm, he got good grades, obeyed the rules, and went to church every Sunday. Not everything was easy for him. When he learned he was from outer space, he felt even more of an outcast, and there had been occasions when he really wanted to use his powers to help with school and in athletics. But his adoptive parents made him feel like he belonged, and reminded him to use his gifts the right and honest way. Realizing that his titanic strength, great speed, and ability to leap over tall buildings in a single bound, he created Superman, a champion for the oppressed, standing for truth, justice, and the American way. Clark received a degree in journalism. He then moved to the big city, where he became a reporter for the Daily Star. Not only was it good work, but it also helped him be informed about the happenings in the city and the rest of the world. To avoid being linked to the courageous and inspiring Man of Steel, he acts shy and clumsy around his co-workers, wearing a pair of thick glasses. After finishing up his article about sightings of a vigilante dressed as a bat in a neighboring city, Clark goes to the desk of fellow reporter Lois Lane, hard at work on a story about Superman. He asks if she would be interested in coming with him for dinner and dancing at Jerome and Joe's restaurant this evening. To his surprise, she accepts. Lois is one of the most determined people Clark knows. Every day when she comes to the office, she seeks to challenge and change the world with the written word, capturing the attention of readers far and wide. She has a strong interest in Superman. She wants to find out what he is and why he is here. She comes at the topic with no bias. She just wants to get the story. Lois does not usually give Clark the time of day at work. Sometimes Clark wonders if his Harold Lloyd routine has been too effective. Tonight, he will try to tone it down. After they finish their plates, the two reporters dance to a fine tune. Lois, with her short raven hair and dazzling red dress, catches the attention of mob enforcer Butch Matson, who walks on over and tries to steal her away from Clark. Lois slaps Matson in the face. He doesn't take no for an answer and grabs her hand, and the mild-mannered Clark tries to stop him. Clark is about to raise his fist, but remembers that if he does, he will risk revealing his true self to everyone. He tries to think of another way to handle it, but before his mind settles on a solution, Matson knocks him to the ground. Lois storms out of the restaurant. Clark catches up to her. He tries to apologize, but she doesn't look back at him or say one word till she gets inside a taxi, where she calls him a spineless, unbearable coward. Seeing Matson and his colleagues leave the building, get into their car, and follow the taxi, Clark sets aside the frustrations he has towards himself for a later time as he rushes to an empty phone booth and changes from Harold Lloyd into Douglas Fairbanks as Superman exits and leaps from building to building, hill to hill, and road to road, following Matson as he pursues Lois. Matson crashes into the taxi, sending it off the road. He and his colleagues abduct Miss Lane, and they drive as far away from the scene as possible. A few moments later, one of Matson's colleagues makes a discovery. A man in tights with a great big S on his chest and a cape is running after them on foot. Soon, he is in front of the car. Mattson doesn't stop and floors it. Right when he is about to hit him, the man jumps over the car and continues his pursuit on foot from behind. It was then that everyone inside of the vehicle realized that while this man may look human, he is definitely not human. Superman grabs the back of the car and lifts it above his head. He shakes the occupants out of the vehicle, but is extremely careful with getting Lois out okay. Superman slams the car into a pile of rocks and pursues Mattson and his colleagues as they attempt to make a run for it. One by one, they are captured and hung at the top of a telephone pole. The police arrive and take them to jail, but they see no signs of the Superman they describe to have seen, or the woman he saved. Bearing Lois in his arms, Superman returns her to her apartment back in the city. She takes the opportunity to ask for an interview. Clark has not given one yet as Superman, but tonight will change that. The next day at the Daily Star, Clark reads the front page of the paper. The headline reads, "My Adventure with Superman" by Lois Lane. The article is fair and captures his character well. Soon, the world will know that the Man of Steel is genuine and is here to help.